Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching for more details. Royal family urged to be relatable like Prince Harry to reach Gen Z audience. The British monarchy has always been a symbol of tradition, polished pearls, pristine protocols, and palace walls steeped in centuries of history. But in an era ruled by TikTok trends, online authenticity, and influencers who broadcast their daily routines in hoodie-clad confessional vlogs, a growing chorus of royal commentators believes the firm needs something else entirely: relatability. And Prince Harry, of all people, is being held up as the unexpected blueprint. For years, Harry was the cheeky, rebellious prince, the one who joked with paparazzi, hugged strangers without hesitation, and forged a rare human connection in a royal world known for formality. Even now, living outside the institution, his unfiltered openness and emotional transparency have made him a surprising favorite among younger generations. And according to royal analysts, if the monarchy wants to stay relevant with Gen Z, it may need to take a page from his playbook. The royal disconnect. In the digital age, Gen Z, those born between the mid-1990s and early 2010s, wants more than curated press releases and carefully staged balcony appearances. They gravitate toward authenticity, vulnerability, and relatability. They want to feel like they know the people they follow. But this is where the monarchy hits a snag. While the late Queen Elizabeth II was revered for her stoicism and sense of duty, her style of leadership belonged to a different era, one that prized composure over candor. King Charles III and Queen Camilla have carried her legacy with dignity, but the younger generation isn't necessarily drawn to formal speeches or stately portraits. They want presence. They want personality. They want royals who speak with them, not at them. And that, according to several experts, means stepping out of the ivory tower, metaphorically, if not literally. Harry and the power of vulnerability. Prince Harry's popularity among younger audiences stems partly from the emotional transparency he's embraced in recent years. Whether discussing mental health, therapy, childhood trauma, or his complicated relationship with royal life, he speaks with a candor that resonates beyond monarchy loyalists. Gen Z responds to vulnerability, not as weakness but as courage. And Harry, especially since leaving royal duties, has embodied a modern model of openness. His ability to discuss difficult topics with honesty has made him feel more like a human being than a distant royal figure. It's no surprise, then, that analysts see his communication style as a roadmap. They don't need to mimic Harry's choices, one media expert has said, but they do need to mimic his authenticity. Gen Z can smell performative messaging a mile away. If the royal family wants to regain trust and expand its relevance in a rapidly changing cultural landscape, they must find ways to show who they are behind the titles. William and Kate's careful balancing act. The Prince and Princess of Wales have made visible attempts to modernize how the monarchy interacts with the public. Their social media accounts are more dynamic than those of previous generations, sharing behind-the-scenes glimpses of royal engagements and family-focused moments. But they remain cautious. William and Kate walk a tightrope, honoring tradition while embracing the casual, unguarded energy Gen Z naturally gravitates toward. Their brand is polished, controlled, and dignified, an approach that appeals to many but can feel distant to younger audiences accustomed to the emotional immediacy of creators like Emma Chamberlain or the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Critics say the Waleses could benefit from loosening the reins even further, showing more candid moments, speaking more openly about challenges, and revealing more personality. Not controversy, not scandal, just realness. A changing world demands a changing monarchy. The royal family's challenge isn't just about social media strategy. It's about adapting a centuries-old institution to a world fueled by one-minute videos, short-form content, and communities built on connection rather than hierarchy. Gen Z is the most diverse, outspoken, socially conscious generation yet. They seek leaders who align with their values: empathy, mental health awareness, inclusion, environmental responsibility, and emotional honesty. Prince Harry's candid discussions about therapy and mental health struggles resonate because they reflect this cultural moment. Meanwhile, the monarchy's traditional approach, rooted in stoicism and restraint, can seem disconnected. To stay relevant, experts say the firm must evolve in 3 key ways. 1. Show more humanity. Behind royal titles are real people with real struggles. Gen Z wants to see that. They don't want perfectly polished facades. They want moments that feel unscripted. 2. Engage directly. Whether through Q&As, live streams, or more interactive content, young audiences want two-way dialogue, not distant pronouncements. 3. Embrace vulnerability, carefully. This doesn't mean airing private family disputes, but opening conversations around mental health, personal passions, challenges, or growth could transform how younger audiences perceive the royals. Can the monarchy really change? Some insiders argue it already has, just slowly. From William openly discussing his mother's death to Kate leading mental health campaigns, the younger royals have taken steps toward more relatable communication. But whether this is enough to win over Gen Z remains uncertain. Many young people see the monarchy as outdated or irrelevant. Others view it with a mix of fascination and skepticism. The firm's task is not just to entertain but to connect, to show that even within an institution built on ceremony, its members share the same human experiences felt by the public. This is where Prince Harry's example stands out. Despite controversies, despite distance, despite disagreements, he has mastered something the monarchy has always struggled with: connection without barrier. A future shaped by authenticity. The royal family's long-term survival hinges on its ability to evolve. Tradition has sustained them for centuries, but the next generation cares less about ceremony and more about sincerity. If the monarchy wishes to thrive, not just exist, and if it hopes to capture the hearts of young people, it may need to lean into the very quality Harry once embodied as a working royal: the willingness to be unguarded. Being relatable is no longer a PR strategy, it's a necessity. And the question now is whether the royal family can embrace this modern shift without losing the mystique that defines them. Can they speak the language of authenticity while preserving the dignity of the throne? For an institution built on the promise of continuity, change can be daunting. But as Gen Z reshapes the cultural landscape, one thing is clear. The world doesn't want perfect royals. It wants real ones. And in that sense, Prince Harry's influence may echo through the monarchy long after the headlines fade. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment and share.